way to their cities to see them and hear them in person, as I will do with you as well. I'll make sure of that.
Oh, Captain Mark, thank you so much. You have truly touched my heart, and I know that Les will appreciate these words, as oftentimes when he's traveling, he's listening in if he can't be live, and I will share it with him as well, because it just helps to remind him that his work is so much bigger than even he realizes sometimes, and his words are truly not in vain. So thank you so much for sharing that. God bless you and your entire family, and we look forward to celebrating even more exciting reports of your progress in 2016.
Very good. Thank you.
You're welcome, and thanks again for sending the email. So if someone else is there, like Captain Mark, who would like to share, I just ask that you check for background noise before you unmute your line, but press star 6, and I'll be able to hear you. There was another young lady that was trying to speak right before Captain Mark, so go right ahead.
Good evening. My name is Shatilia. I'm calling from Killeen, Texas.
Hi, Shatilia. Welcome from the big old state of Texas.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. This is actually my first time actually being a part of the Monday night, and I somehow, some way came across some of the videos from Mr. Brown, and they were very encouraging to me, and I'm interested in wanting to go forward and learn more about what you all have to offer.
Oh, well, that's awesome. Well, welcome to the family. I do invite you to stay connected at lesbrown.com, where we have information on not only where Mr. Brown will be, but I believe the team has put up the information on the Les Brown app that you would be able to get access to as well, to not only tap into some of his work, but get first information on when he'll be appearing live in the various cities and countries for 2016, as well as the team. So welcome to the call. We're so glad that you are here, and we're excited that you are really focused on your own personal growth and development. See, everybody that comes on this call, we're cut from the same cloth. We understand that it's not just about going through life, but about growing through life. And when we grow, we expand our mind, we work on our skill set, and we produce the best of who we are for the planet and leaving a legacy. So we're excited to share your journey with you, and we look forward to having you join us time and time again in 2016.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
You're welcome. So I heard, I believe, 2 other people unmute to try and speak as well, and I want to honor that on this last Monday of 2015, that we hear some of the new voices and just know some more about you as we aim to serve you in a way that inspires you to keep pushing, not to stop. And the world is in need of those of us who can really bring some joy, peace, and harmony to the planet. And in this space and in this community, we can celebrate that on a consistent basis. So who else would like to speak? Just press star 6 to unmute your line.
Yes. This is Jabari from Philadelphia. Can you hear me?
I heard 3 people. I heard 2 women, and I heard, I think, Roy from Philadelphia. We're going to get all 3 of you in. The only challenge is my brain is getting a little old sometimes, so I got to do it one at a time.
So this is Jabari from Philadelphia, and I believe in ladies first, so I could definitely go last, so they have the floor.
Oh, Roy, what a gentleman you are. So you will be third, and then our 2 young ladies.
Okay.
Indeed, he is quite gentleman. I'm Dr. N.C. Grant. I am on, and I'm wondering if you're going to be on Blab tonight.
Well, we didn't schedule a blab tonight, so that means that's one of the responses I was looking for. Who is loving the blab? So we're going to look
it was wonderful.
Well, awesome. Well, we're looking at the schedule for 2016 and incorporating more of the live stream for the Les Brown Motivational Monday Night Call. So I thank you for sharing that you enjoyed it. So we want to transition everyone slowly because not everyone is as familiar with these new platforms. So last week was our test launch. So now that I hear that 1 or 2 people are loving it, then we might include some more of that in our scheduling for 2016. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And if you stay following me on Blab, you'll get the alert for this call as well as some of the other programming that I do. Now, where was the other young lady that wanted to speak before Rory?
Yes, this is Latoya Drummond. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia.
Hi, Latoya from Atlanta, Georgia. I was just in your state a couple of weeks ago.
It's an honor to be on this call with you tonight. And as being a listener to Les Brown, even through the trials and tribulations of my life, I just so thankful for this call. It really just pushed me more to go into motivational speaking. And I'm taking it by his horns in 2016.
Awesome. That's what I love to hear. When Mr.
Yes.
Brown, myself, or any of the other Platinums come on to share our words with you, it's not just to inspire you in the moment, but to move you to some deliberate action. And hearing you say you're going to take it by the horns, you're not waiting anymore, you're moving forward, that brings joy to us because that means that our words are effective in moving you to tap into your greatness. So don't let anyone stop you. We're here to support you. You will be able to come and meet Mr. Brown live if you can put that on your schedule the third weekend in January. If you go to lesbrown.com, you will see the information about the training in Orlando that Mr. Brown will be doing. And if you're interested in attending, he also has me working on a little vision board party. So I'll be announcing some information about that once we finalize it. So there'll be opportunities for you to meet him live, to meet the Platinums live. Majority of us have our platforms as well where we offer that kind of support. So just tap in. Take advantage of what you have available to you because our job is to be of service on your journey to success.
Yes, thank you so much. And once again, it's an honor to be on this call speaking to you this evening. Thank you and keep up the great work.
Thank you so much, and I appreciate you and those kind words. Thank you. And Rory, our gentleman that has been waiting patiently to share his voice. Go ahead, my friend.
Hi, thank you for having me. My name is Jabari. I'm from West Philadelphia. And I've been listening to Les Brown now for about 2 years, and as everyone on this call can attest to, he really has transformed my life in ways which I could have never predicted, which is why I'm making a point to be on this call whenever possible. So tonight I'm really prepared to hear a wonderful message, but one thing that I received that I was not expecting was to have been touched by the first caller who spoke, Captain Mark, I believe it was.
Yes.
The reason why, Captain Mark, I hope you're still on the call, the reason why your words really resonated with me is because I've been really chasing my dream for the past 2 or 3 years, and my dream is to be a yacht designer. It's a long story, but just by chance, I happened to read a yacht review in a magazine a couple of years ago, and I thought, oh, that was kind of interesting. Maybe one day I can buy a yacht, even though the yacht that I wanted cost me $1.1 billion. Fast forward till today, I'm now at a point where I'm looking at that yacht not as just a consumer, but also as a supplier, meaning like, how can I actually enter the marketplace? And because I'm listening to Les Brown every single day, first thing in the morning, in the afternoon, and at night, and as many times throughout the day as possible, I listen to Les Brown on my cell phone, on my computer. I have 2 cars, and I make sure that both of those cars have a CD that I've made of all of his talks. I listen to Les Brown every single day, and it really has done great wonders for me. So I say all that to say, for me now to be significantly closer to my dream, I went to the International Boat Show recently in Fort Lauderdale and made a lot of contacts. So I say all that to say, Captain, is your involvement in the marine industry or as a captain, what role did Les Brown have on you getting to that position today? And what advice do you have for me as an aspiring yacht designer?
Jabari, I hear a lot of background noise, so I'm going to put everyone.
All callers are muted.
I'm just going to mute the line for a moment because Jabari had a very good testimonial as to how listening to Mr. Brown multiple times a day and just reaching out to try to continue to expand his thought process and his mindset is leading him to actually live his dream. And that is the power in this call and the power in community, that when you hear someone else, when you are able to realize that it's possible, as Mr. Brown talks about time and time again, it opens you up to new possibilities that you would never consider. So I don't know, Jabari, if we're going to be able to have Captain Mark unmute again, but when he emails me, I will ask him that information as he's preparing to send over a testimonial being a part of this call for the last 10 years. And we will connect the two of you because that is a wonderful way to stay in touch and to keep each other inspired in the work. So you too can send an email to me at info@destinydesignersuniversity.com. That's destinydesignersuniversity.com. And just mention Captain Mark and connecting. And when that comes through, I'll make sure that my team will alert me so that we can connect the two of you together, and great things can happen as a result of being a part of Les Brown's Motivational Monday Night Call. So at this point, I'm going to share a brief message tonight because I do want to open back up the call and allow those of you that want to share what it has meant to you to be connected to Mr. Brown, to be a part of this Motivational Monday Night Call, to hear the voices of his platinum speakers, and to share what you've actually accomplished and what you are planning to continue to manifest in 2016. There's a power in hearing and understanding you're not alone, that there's so many more people that are cut from the same cloth. And that is where my message to you lies, and it's coming directly from Mr. Brown. Some of you have heard his videos. You've watched him on live stream programs. You've seen him live at stadiums and conferences and in workshops. And every time you hear his voice, something inside of you just leaps. Something inside of you makes you so excited because you say, if he can really do it, so can I, because he tells you he stands in that space of being an example. And he has been unstoppable with his dreams. And one of his books, one of the favorites that I have in the library of all that I own from Mr. Brown, and fortunate to be on the team and to be able to manage this call for him and work with my dear sister and friend Anita Smith, who is also one of the voices that, Anita Hicks rather, one of the voices that you've heard on this call throughout the year. I want to just base my comments tonight on one passage from Live Your Dreams. If you haven't purchased that book, if it's not in your library, make that one of your main to-dos for 2016. It is a timeless piece that will continue to inspire and encourage you to move forward with your goals. And on this Monday, on this last Monday of 2015, I want to share one of his passages that he entitled, Be Unstoppable. See, right now, there are a lot of decisions that most people are making. They're thinking that, well, the year's done, can't really get much more in, just might as well start over January 1st. And they're going to let the next couple of days just kind of float by. And then there's a different set of individuals, some of you who are on this call tonight, who are still pushing, who are still preparing themselves to accomplish and complete some of what you have desired to do in 2015. And I'm among you because there are two major things that I'm determined to complete before the ball drops on Thursday. And when I thought about it, and I go to my library sometimes, if you haven't developed a library of information, go ahead and make that one of your next to-do items. The first one I told you was purchase Les Brown's Live Your Dreams. And those of us who have published other works and have things that you can invest in, buy that too. But create your own library of power, your own library of resources and information that you can go to on the days where it might be a little tough, on the days where you're not quite sure how to take the next step, or you don't have some of the information, some of the mindset transformation that you need to get to the next level. Having a library of material is powerful because once your mind expands, it can never go back to its original form. So the person you were January 1st, 2015 is not the person you are today, December 28th, 2015. You are continuing to grow. You're continuing to move. And I want to share this passage because it reminded me of why I can't stop. Whether there be a tickle in my throat, whether I've recently had one of the major losses of my life and it's a void that only my faith in God can fill, that I have to still keep pushing. And this passage, Be Unstoppable, this is what Mr. Brown shared. You cannot be wimpy out there on the dream-seeking trail. Now, isn't that amazing, the dream-seeking trail? That's what we're all doing, a part of this Motivational Monday Night Call. He says, dare to break through barriers, to find your own path. For years and years, it was said that no man would ever run the mile in less than 4 minutes. And then Roger Bannister, a physician and a graduate of Oxford University, transcended the conventional experience. He followed his inner vision, his dreams, and in 1954, he ran the mile in 3.59.4 minutes. Bannister broke through a barrier, and 20,000 have done it since, including high school students. Why not before? Because people believed it couldn't be done. After Bannister did it, his achievement challenged others to do the same thing. If anybody has ever done what you wanted to do or had a dream and made it come true, it is possible that you can too. You must believe that. It takes someone with a vision of the possibilities to attain new levels of experience, someone with the courage to live his own dreams. I have an affirmation written by Burton Braley that I say at times when I need to build up my courage and to focus on my dreams and my goals. Say this when you need to do the same. If you want a thing bad enough to go out and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep for it, if all that you dream and scheme is about it, and if life seems useless and worthless without it, if you gladly sweat for it and fret for it and plan for it and lose all your terror of the opposition for it, if you simply go after that thing that you want with all your capacity, strength and sagacity, faith, hope and confidence and stern pertinacity, if neither cold, poverty, famine, nor gout, sickness, nor pain of body or brain can keep you away from the thing that you want, if dogged and grimmed, you beseech it and beset it. With the help of God, you will get it. Woo! Every time I repeat those words, every time I went back and I reviewed the passages in that particular book that set me on fire, it gave me new energy. It gave me new cause. It gave me another reason to be unstoppable. And those words are timeless. He published this book years ago. Captain Mark talked about the fact that he has been following Mr. Brown for over a decade. The same way that Mr. Brown has made an impact, publishing this way back in 1994, is the same way that someone on this call tonight is going to make a decision to be unstoppable. That small passage that I shared is going to inspire you to keep pushing all the way through 2015 so that you can prepare yourself, you can position yourself to step in to the greatness that belongs to you. The gift, the skills, the talents that have come to you, that you are going to use them in a way that nobody else on this planet can. And that as we celebrate coming this far, reaching this point in the year, that we are even more encouraged about what is yet to come. Wayne Dyer, a good friend of Les Brown, shared some words, and, Mr. Dyer said he doesn't even remember where he got it from, but so many people now have attributed this quote to him, and it was shared in his recent passing, and I would say went a little viral during the weeks post that time and even on his website. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And I invite you to change the way you're looking at the opportunities. Like Roger Bannister, somebody might be telling you it can't be done. Somebody might be telling you it's not the right time. Somebody might be telling you you don't have what it takes. But all it takes is for you to just do it, for you to just keep pushing, for you to not stop. And once you do, you're going to liberate so many other people to do the same. Mr. Brown didn't know what his life was going to look at when the kids were laughing at class about who was the dumb twin and the smart twin. He didn't know how many decades later his words, his platform, his coaching, his teaching would inspire a whole new generation of those committed to personal growth and development. He didn't know he would start a platinum speaker program and voices would be birthed onto this planet that would be changing and inspiring and saving lives. He didn't know. But once he figured out that there was a burning inside of him and his mentor encouraged him to push forward, he hasn't looked back since and has allowed this platform to expand globally to make this world a better place, one person at a time. So as you sit and prepare for the last days of 2015, be unstoppable. Listen to that passage. You can even hear him share those words on his video and audio programs. But the beauty in the words is when it takes root and you take action. Because that is Mr. Brown's desire for your life, for my life, for every person who has been touched by his voice, by his videos, by his books, by his programs, by his live appearances, that you take from life every single thing that is due you because it's been given to you to break the record, run that mile, be the next Roger Bannister, and liberate the rest of this planet to do the same. It only takes one. And somebody listening tonight is going to be convicted to be that one so that we can continue to hear stories of individuals like Captain Mark, like Jabari, like our new family members who have joined in and want to experience more from life. So that is the brief message that I wanted to share with you tonight. On behalf of Mr. Brown, our entire team, we say thank you once again. We appreciate you. We celebrate you. But more importantly, we're sitting here on the sidelines cheering you on to that next best version of yourself. That's my motto for Destiny Designers University, where we graduate to that next best version of ourselves by turning inspiration into results. So here's to your results. Here's to your record-breaking win that you are preparing yourself for in 2016 because you're determined to finish 2015 strong. So with that, I will open back up the call for those who wanted to share what's on your heart that you have been able to do because you've heard Mr. Brown, because you've been a part of our family here on the Motivational Monday Night Call, or because you've joined in realizing that this is your time, this is your season, this is your opportunity to really honor the greatness that lives inside of you. So I'm going to open up the line in Q&A mode and give you a chance to do that before we close out tonight.
All callers are unmuted. All callers are muted and may unmute themselves by pressing *6.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for you. You can press *6 to unmute your line.
Hello?
Hello, hello, hello. I hear about 4 different voices, so you know the rules, one at a time, just to keep my sanity, and we can all hear you. So who wants to go first?
This is Michael out of Oklahoma City.
Hi, Michael. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing phenomenal. I'm just so excited. I want to share my little story. I've been a Les Brown follower since 2008, and
Awesome.
I came across his book. It's kind of profound that you was talking about live your dreams. Um, I actually ran across his book by mistake. Well, I say not really by mistake, but I ran into it from my brother was incarcerated for many years, and someone passed the book to him. And I was always considered myself as an entrepreneur. And one day I was staying with him, and I saw the book, and I started reading it, and I've been a fan ever since. And so when you were talking about that book, that is my favorite book, and I became a Les Brown follower ever since then. And I'm just blown away with the over the years the growth that he's inspired me to be a better person, and it's just awesome, man. I just love the call.
Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing that. And not only being inspired, but doing some great things within your own life. And just the way you found that book is the same way that you can share it with someone else and maybe even create your own that will be a part of somebody else getting a glimpse into what's possible for their lives as a result of what you've done with yours. So congratulations to you, and thank you so much for sharing that story.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, that was number one of 4 voices I heard, so who's going to go second?
Well, praise Jesus Christ, the God that died and rose. How you doing tonight?
I am fantastic. Whose wonderful voice is this?
This is James McMorris II. I'm called. I first called about a month ago. I missed the past few calls, but I told my friend I would call tonight, who recommended me to the line, and I'm glad I did. One thing you said, and what's your name, man? I'm sorry. Forgive me.
Sure, Dr. Stacy.
Dr. Stacy, God bless. I got your email. But one thing I heard you say before you finished the conversation was finish strong. And it's funny you said that by God's grace, because I just finished a book that's it's an e-book and a printed book called Finish What You Start. And I talk about finishing strong in the book. And I've been following, not really following diligently Les Brown, but I've been an observer of him, I should say, for many years. And I'm 42 years old, so I'm not that old. But one thing I like about him, he's always laughing, he's always smiling. He always has a joyous disposition. I know he's a Christian, and I'm just so thankful to be on this line. And I just want to say, as you mentioned earlier, that a lot of times people say, well, this towards the end of the year, and we'll wait next year to begin, starting out resolutions. But one thing I learned in church some months ago was that when the countdown was on, like it was 80-something days left in the year, my pastor says, if you want to, plan for a good harvest, a good spring, start planning now, and don't just, wait to start a resolution. You can start now, because we walk by faith, not by sight. And today is the day of salvation. Today is the day the Bible talks about redeeming the time. I'm not going to take up too much time, but it's good to just start today. Like I read a book some years ago by motivational speaker John Maxwell called "Today Matters," and what happens tomorrow it is based on what you do today. If you talked about finishing strong and what's the next step, and in my book I talked about taking the first step. And the old adage said 1,000-mile journey begins with one step. So I'm not going to take up too much of your time. I just want to make sure, Dr. Stacy, I have the email info@destinydesigneruniversity.com.
That's correct. That's correct. And thank you so much for sharing those words and sharing that praise report. That's what I call them when we hear that you're finishing strong. You've gone ahead and gotten your ebook done, and that's what encourages everybody else to keep pushing, keep moving, and not give up. And that's what gives Mr. Brown the most flattering encouragement, not just hearing how wonderful a speaker he is and how great he appears when he's live, but actually what you're doing with what he's sharing. So thank you for sharing that, and I know we have about 2 more callers who also wanted to share before I close down. So I look forward to getting your email and staying in touch with you and sharing all of this good news with Mr. Brown. So God bless you, and thank you.
God bless you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Now, I heard 2 other voices that were patiently waiting, and I want to give you an opportunity as well before I close down. Yeah.
Okay, Stacey, this is Queen in Columbus, Ohio, and I've been listening to Les Brown for I'm not sure how many years, but I've been able to have the privilege of being drilled in the same room with Les Brown. So I got personal information. This is the main thing that I got is I am able to focus my mind on what I want to happen, and I am not suffering anymore from financial difficulties. That is major.
Awesome, awesome. Well, that is a wonderful affirmation that you have shared with us, and appreciate you for just being on the line, being a part, and being one of his consistent supporters and participants in this movement that he's created of Voices of Hope. So thank you, Queen, and may you have the best 2016 ever. And thank you once again for being on the line, and I want to allow the last caller or 2 to be able to get in, because I do have to unfortunately end our last call of 2015 because we have one more team call that happens directly after this, and I need to go ahead and set that up, or so I would stay on with you all for the rest of the night, but duty calls. So the next caller, press *6. I heard them trying to unmute right there. And I want to thank all of those who did get a chance to speak. We appreciate you and your stories. Go right ahead. I hear someone having a little bit of difficulty there. I can see you trying to unmute the line. Just press *6. You might have your phone muted as well.
Did you get it?
Okay, you got it.
I'd be the moment just to say thank you. I'm just humbly grateful for hearing your voice throughout the estates. I just thank God for you, and may God continue to bless you in this upcoming 2016 year.
Oh, I appreciate and receive that, my friend. Thank you so much, Myron. So I am going to go ahead and wish you all a blessed and wonderful, successful, bounty-filled 2016, that if my life be spared, I will hear your voices again the first Monday of 2016. But until then, enjoy your families, enjoy the gift of life. So many are going through struggling and difficult times during this time of the year. So just reach out, check on those who might not have loved ones near, extend a hand, lend a smile, and just do a random act of kindness that can make somebody's life better and continue to push through to finish 2015 strong and to leave your legacy on this planet. So we appreciate you once again and look forward to hearing about how wonderful the Yuletide was as we hear the ball, see the ball drop, whatever your activity is for the end of the year. For me, I will be in church getting my praise and worship on, but whatever you choose to do, just be safe, be healthy, be happy, and we send our light, love, and blessings to each and every one of you. This is Dr. Stacey N.C. Grant signing off for the last time in 2015 and looking forward to sharing a new and wonderful year with each and every one of you. So on behalf of Mr. Les Brown, remember, there's greatness inside of you. Bye-bye, everyone.
See you next year. Happy New Year.